That was after I had another major loss. Because on September 29th, 2015, my dad died. Now I'd lost the thing that I loved most. I thought I liked LittleBigPlanet the most, but that was after I lost my dad that I realized he was what I loved most. Eventually, that Christmas, I ended up getting LittleBigPlanet 2 for Christmas again. That was the happiest I've ever been in my life so far. I would go to my grandparents' house to play it because they had a PS3 that I could actually play on. I began creating cars, creating like this. Well, so because I had nothing, I couldn't create the cars physically in game. I had to draw them or write about them or anything. I wanted to get my ideas out. I wanted to create my own, and so I began doing that on paper. And when I finally got LittleBigPlanet 2 again, I had almost 100 different cars to create, to design, to finally make my own again, to see them move, hear their sounds, and just have fun creating them. And I was finally happy again. I didn't actually wake up early to play the game again because, well, one, it wasn't at my house yet, but when I finally moved into their house, I almost started doing that again. Because I got in the habit of going to sleep late because I wanted to create a bunch of things. I didn't wake up early, but I continued playing the game constantly. And, excuse me, eventually my cars progressed into something better, something that even I thought I could do. And the first time that I realized, wow, these are good, was with this car. It was based on a 1965 Mustang Fastback, and I added so much detail to it that even I thought I couldn't do. For example, if you remove the hood and see the engine, you have what's supposed to be the carburetor, the wires behind the engine, the radiator, the valves, the valve covers, the snorkel, the radiator fan, and just a bunch of detail like that. You go on the interior, you have gauges, pedals, vents, an interior light that turns on and off. You have lights that turn on and off, blinkers, horn, sounds. You even have chrome for the bumpers, and it's just even the seats have center inserts for, like, as if they're a different texture. And that's when I realized I can do something amazing. Sure, it might not be curing cancer, it might not be making money, but it was something that I loved, something that I enjoyed, and I was proud of it. I eventually began remaking vehicles that I made before, except better. Excuse me. This was one of the first ones I made, except this is a completely different model. Before, it was about twice the size, there was no interior, and the lights stayed black when they were off. Now this kind of has an area for where the engine would be. It has interior features, and it has, well, it's just smaller, more detail, and looks better altogether. It also has active aerodynamics, so the rear spoiler comes up when you drive. And like I said, it just began getting more and more better and better and I even decided to create my car in real life. The car I got from my dad before he died. And this car was the one that I improved the most. Again, like this, which is my own design, I created it before, except it was bad, so I decided to completely remake the design. And this was version 2 of the redesign. Version 1 didn't have the side trim and the lights were black. This stays black, so it looks better. But version 3, I even added window trim, which I can do now, but I never got around to doing it. And just the amount of detail added in this. It doesn't look like much, but because it's my car, it held a special place in my heart for me. And, you know, I also have vehicles which have a lot more functions. Like I said, you have interior lights. This one even has hazards. It has fog lights, high beams. You can turn the lights on and off. You can open the sunroof. And if you get into a collision, the hazard lights come on. Like, well, a bit of an extreme collision. If the vehicle is ever to get blown up, which wouldn't exactly be realistic, but if it were, quite often the hazard lights would turn on like they did here. So, eventually like I said, it was pretty much deja vu. My vehicles are getting better and better. I was becoming more and more proud of vehicles I created. And like last time, I created a level for the cars that I created, and so other people can enjoy them. Excuse me. I'm just gonna turn the volume down so I don't get copyright claimed or anything. It's a great song, but back when I originally played it on my original account, that song became very special to me because it was a LittleBigPlanet 2 song. But yeah, this, like I said, here's the original concept. You can even grab to learn about the car. And like I said, it doesn't have a lot of detail to it. It does have a side vent, which I didn't add here, but this is a much better improvement over the last version. You can see, you can tell which cars are older because they don't have, well, sorry, this was a version 2 or 3 of an original body. It originally didn't have rear thin detail or anything, and could only drive forwards. This was the first vehicle I added with an interior, and it was the first convertible I made. I did end up making another convertible that actually can move on its own. It was kind of tedious to get it to stay upright, but I was still proud of it. This is another convertible I made, which you control via the driver's seat. Then I also based some cars on Ken Block's Unicorn, and then I was really proud of this police car, which has the lights stay on and off. Well, the lights will turn on. The siren will be on when you're in the vehicle. Same with the lights if you turn them on. But when you get out of the vehicle, the police lights stay on, like stay flashing, and the siren turns off. It was the most complicated vehicle that I made. Then I also made more Mustang-based vehicles. This one was kind of based on my Mustang. Then I also made some. These are supposed to be stock cars based on this red Mustang back here. And then you saw it back here again, the original version of my car.